Hello guys, Wesley here. Welcome to yet another tutorial. Today we are going to talk and see how to install Windows Server 2022 on a virtual machine. And in this case, we are going to use the Vmware workstation. And in my case, I'm going to use the Pro version 17. So let's see and let's get started. So the first thing that we need to do is get our Windows Server 2022 installation file. So in this case, we need an ISO file. So how do we get that? Quite easy. So just go to Google and search for the Windows Server 2022. Here we go. So just open the the Microsoft website, and you have this option here. You have the try Windows Server now and download the datasheet. So let's do try the server now. There we are. We get two options: Windows Server on Azure and the standard download install Windows Server 20. This is what we need. So click on download the free trial. We'll come to this page here. So we just scroll down to get started section here, and you can see the options that we have here. You have the server on Azure, create a virtual machine on Azure, the ISO, and the PhD. So let's download the ISO. There we are. So we need to register for us to be able to download this free trial version. So just fill in this form here, and when you're done, just click the download button and your download will start. So I'll not do that because I've already downloaded my file. So let's jump in and start the installation. So here we are. I have my virtual machine open. So the first thing that I need to do is click on this button here to create a new virtual machine because we have nothing installed at the moment. So there we go. It will give us this dialog box that asks us to create our new virtual machine or the virtual machine wizard here. So we have two options, the typical and the custom. So if you have more skills working with virtual machines, you can choose the custom and set up a few things, but in most cases, the typical will work very well. So I'll leave it at typical and hit next. And here we are. So this is where we need to select our installation ISO file that we downloaded. So you have just navigate or ensure the second option is selected, install a disk image file into bracket the ISO. Already have my ISO. This is what I need. Okay, so just click on browse here. Take me to where my file is, and it is here on my desktop. Just double click on it, and there is the path, and it tells me that Windows Server 2022 has been detected. This is what we have. So from here, just hit on next. Product key, just leave this one at the moment the way it is. Then the version that we need to install, we have two versions generally, the data center and the standard. So what's the difference? The data center allows you to install as many virtual machines as you want, while the standard gives you up to two. You can install two virtual machines. So I'll leave it at the normal data center. That way, the server name, let me give it my name. The password, leave that empty for now, and just hit next. So you did not enter your product key. Yeah, we didn't. We'll work on that later. So just hit next. How do I want to call my virtual machine is what I'm being asked here. In my case, the computer has suggested the server 2022, which is okay with me because that's what we're installing. So I'll just leave it that way. Then the location, where do I need to store my Windows file? The server, the virtual machine files. So in my case here, they're being stored in documents, virtual machines. I'm okay with that. If you're not okay, just browse here and select any other place that you want them to be stored. In my case, you can see they're in documents and a folder called virtual machines. If you don't want that one, you can scroll and choose any other location you want. Since I'm okay with that, I just close that and hit next. There we are. So in this case, we need to specify our hard disk capacity. So Windows Server suggests that we use 60 GB. So that is what you'll get by default, 60 GB as the size. So from here, you can go higher. You can add whatever size you want, but I'm okay with the 60. That's okay. Then you have two options here that you need to select here. So store your virtual disk as a single file or split them. So storing as a single file, it means that the Windows Server will be created as a single virtual machine file. Then you have the option of splitting into multiple files. It will be broken down into multiple files. So which option is better for you? Either will work, but the split version is better in case you plan to migrate your files later to another machine so that you can carry them one at a time, but any can do. So in this case, virtual machine recommend that we split it. So let's leave it at split and hit next. So just confirm if everything is okay the way you want it to be or how you selected. So seems everything is okay with me. Windows Server 2022 stored in my documents. I'm using the Vmware workstation 17. The operating system is Server 2022, 60 GB. I'm splitting the files. The memory I'm getting 2 GB. Yeah, everything seems okay. So if everything is okay, just click on finish. And let's leave the virtual machine now to do its work. There we are. So things are starting up. So you'll get this notification the first time you're using the virtual machine. So you can disable it by clicking on this button. Otherwise, you can click on OK and things will continue. So our virtual machine is starting up, as you can see. And there we are. So if you've installed Windows operating system, this screen is quite familiar to you. This is how you install all operating system, Windows operating system. So everything looks the same. And just a point to note, this process takes quite some time. So if you're a coffee lover, this is the time to get a cup of coffee. If you love soda, this is the time. If you love some beer, also this is the time to get your bottle as you wait for this step to complete. It takes quite a lot of time. So as you can see, our setup is starting up. So as I said, this is the normal screen that you get when installing any type of Windows operating system. As far as from 2010, if I can remember, or is it Windows yeah, 8? So seems everything the same. Okay, there we are. So we've started copying our files. Now this is where the waiting or the real waiting starts. So we'll just have to be patient on this. So getting our files ready for installation. That process will take some time. And as it continues installing, so I'd like to kindly request that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a video. So if you give me a subscribe, it means that you love the content that I'm creating and it will motivate me to create more content for you. So probably what I'll do in this case is I'll pause the video and come back when it has finished copying those or getting those Windows files ready. Okay, so our files are ready. Yes, we've installed the features. Now we're installing the updates before we do our finish up. So if you've gotten this far, then you're about to finish the installation and enjoy your Windows Server. So thumbs up to you for getting this far. Right, so the updates are done. We are finishing up. And now we need to reboot our server so that we finalize the setup and installation. All right, we're still waiting to receive our restart. Here we are. So our restart was successful, and we are continuing with getting things ready. So you know Windows is a funny operating system. It might reboot and things crash, you start all over again. So once you get there, it means things are okay and you're almost finishing. So you can put on a smile as you continue with your coffee. So I told you this is a long process. You just need to be patient. And I'm sure by now you can confirm that. But at the end, it's worth the wait. This is your first step to learn Windows Server, know how to install, manage it, and get a few things done with it. A very tedious process. Patience is the key here. Okay, we are almost there. Okay, that screen looks like the startup screen that you get on Windows 10. Almost there. And guys, there we are. That is the desktop that you get once you successfully install your Windows Server 2022. So it's going to finalize and finish up a few things before we can be able to interact fully with it. So let us give it a minute or so that can finalize on working on those things. But that screen looks familiar. That looks like a Windows 10 desktop. The start menu, the taskbar. Yeah, looks like Windows 10. But don't be confused. This is Windows Server, not Windows 10. So the Windows admin, the server dashboard, it's loading. Just give it time. So as this finishes, the virtual machine, the Vmware, is also finalizing a few things, setting up the display and so on, so that you can be able to work with a full screen. So that will also take a few seconds up to a minute. So you just have to be patient. But if you've reached this far, then you are able to wait for a minute. And there we go. So virtual machine has done its work. And there is your Windows Server 2022. So the start button here, you get the normal start button that you're used to. Your taskbar down here, the same. This is your dashboard that you interact with. All right, now there's your Windows Server. So I think I'll end this video here. So on the next video, we'll talk about how to install a few features, and we'll start with the DNS so that you can see how to work with the DNS. Install it, set it up, and work with it. So if you like this video, kindly subscribe to this channel and hit that notification icon so that you get notified whenever we upload a new video. So a subscription means that you like my content and I'm impressed and I'll keep on generating more. So if there's something you need to know on Windows Server, just do the comment and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, that's all from me. Until the next video, peace. I'm out.